Clueless Green Idealists at COP30 that will happen in Brazil. Welcome, everyone. This is me, Armando Cavanha. This is Ronald Stein, engineer, senior pod advisor for Heartland Institute and CFACT, and co-author of a Pulitzer Prize-nominated book, Clean Energy Exploitations. And this is Yoshihiro Muronaka, advanced
Yes, from
studies at
Japan.
MIT, more than 40 years experience, uh, coal gasification, hydrogen, and consulting and advisory work. So this is the guys that. Uh, uh, Good evening, good morning, Yoshihiro and Ronald.
It's a pleasure to be with you
Good
again.
evening and good morning to you.
This is the article they published together last Monday, I suppose. Yes, October 27th. So this is the article. Green delusionists attending COP30. Ha, yeah, they are very creative. Good. And this is a friend of Ronald that's saying that he is reframing the climate change debate.
Yeah, I heard that. I saw
Yeah, and we'll
this
talk
news.
about this. Yeah, that's a good one. Very good. Yoshihiro sent to me, Ronald, some slides. So please ask to me and I can share on screen
Okay.
if time
Okay.
allows. Let's start with the point of hydrocarbons. Because hydrocarbons serves for two things in my mind. I'm not sure that I'm correct. Fuel and feedstock for petrochemicals.
Yeah,
Is it
that's right.
correct?
That's
Yes,
right.
we're a product-driven society. And the products we have today, we didn't have 200 years ago. The fuels we have today, we didn't have 200 years ago. And the interesting thing is, it's the products that allow us to make electricity. Because most people don't understand electricity came after oil. Let me repeat that, came after oil. We got a lot of ways to make electricity. We got hydro and nuclear, coal, natural gas, wind and solar. But all the ways we make electricity are made with fossil fuels. Computers, the wires, the insulation, et cetera, et cetera. So if you eliminate fossil fuels, you eliminate electricity. And when you think about it, all the things that need electricity, the iPhone, the iPad, the computer, everything that needs electricity is made with fossil fuels. So everything is really geared around hydrocarbons. You know, we have transportation, we have hospitals, we have medical equipment, electronics. You know, when you go into a hospital and you see all the things there, all the electronic stuff and the plastics and the, defibrillators, try to identify something, one thing that a wind turbine can make. It can't. Wind and solar only generate electricity. They cannot replace fossil fuels. And that's the dilemma that the world is in because we have fossil fuels. We'll have it for hundreds of more years. Beyond that, not sure. We're using it quite a bit. It's a natural resource we're extracting out of planet Earth, and we're not replenishing it at the rate we're extracting it. And we will run out at some time. And I'll guarantee you, this 4 billion year old planet will be here with or without us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Very good. Yoshihiro, want to comment this point?
I like to use my slides, number
Sure,
one and number two.
sure, sure. Only to show first the comment from Paula Kerber. It's not COP30, it's FLOP30. And another comment
That's a
from her.
technical term, huh?
Yeah, energy is life. Yeah, that's totally right. Let me put your presentation here, slide. Yep, here, here they are.
Okay. Uh, this slide shows what we can get from crude oil or hydrocarbons. And hydrocarbons have a dual, two types of roles. They energize industries and by using gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, heating oil. And for the materials for production, for products like plastics, synthetic fuels, chemicals, fertilizers, and so forth. So without hydrocarbons, nothing can be made. It's a real fact, I think.
Yeah. Yoshihiro, what proportion do you have for logistics applications and for petrochemical, you know, from oil?
Ah,
I suppose for petrochemical is 15 or 20%. Ronald knows better than me that part.
he knows
You know?
better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, most of the oil is used for fuel. About 15% of it is the oil derivatives that makes all the products.
Uh-huh.
And we're a product-driven society. But the planes, the ships, the military, they use the fuel. So that's the bulk of the oil that's used is for fuel. And
Ronald,
that's exactly what wind and solar cannot do. They cannot
uh-huh,
provide the fuel for all the ships and planes and et cetera, et cetera.
uh-huh. Ronald, which part is more difficult to replace? Which part of the fossil fuels to logistics or for petrochemical? What are more
All of the
complicated?
above. All the
Uh-huh.
above.
do
We
you
we've
not
been
do you not
trying
believe in the next
we've been
50
trying
years
to
that you can replace them?
well, we've been trying for 200 years to replace fossil fuels,
No
and
success.
but no
Is what
success. And wind and solar, they just generate electricity.
uh,
When you think about it, crude oil is almost never used for electricity. It makes the products that allows us to make electricity. But, we burn coal for electricity, but we don't burn oil for it. And oil is, like I say, we're a materialistic society. And unless we can come up with a replacement, yeah, it'll be, next century might be a tough century.
next century. So you do not believe on electric ships and electric planes?
I'm not going to fly one, no.
That's good. That's good. Really good. So
So
replacement.
go to the next slide.
Sure.
This slide shows renewable energy can only produce electricity alone. On the other hand, oil produces fuels, plastics, many chemicals, and other products. So this means electricity is a utility, not the material source. Even abundant electricity we have cannot substitute for the carbon-based feedstock that make up modern civilizations. This, this is also the real fact. So we cannot change.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Only to remember people that are following now, us, Ronald is in California this time, and Yoshihiro is in Tokyo, Japan,
Kawasaki.
Kazaki, Japan.
Yeah.
It's a global conversation tonight. Very good. Uh, uh, in what way the closed loop carbon system makes CO2? CO2 is a very important part of the conversation because it's a polluent or is not a polluent. What's the meaning of that, Yoshihiro?
Excuse me. You say that again?
Yeah, sure. How do you consider CO2 as
Yeah.
a, 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 a pollutant or what exactly is for you?
CO2 is not a pollutant. Many people think CO2 is a pollutant, but CO2 is not a pollutant, but very precious materials uh, for producing many products as raw materials. So so we cannot get rid of CO2. If without CO2, our life doesn't exist.
You mentioned that we can make products with CO2. Is it correct?
We can use CO2 as a raw materials to produce many products.
Like what? Like which one?
Uh, Basically, CO2 and hydrogen come together with a chemical reaction with a, with catalysts. We can make many products from the fuels and methanol, chemicals, other many products we can make from CO2 and hydrogen.
Mhm.
But the current system technology and to produce hydrogen is very expensive. So obviously, the products from CO2 and hydrogen, the price is very expensive, and which, which means those products from CO2 and hydrogen is not viable in the marketplace
Uh-huh.
currently. So
Okay.
we need technology development, but it's very difficult
Mhm.
sometimes because CO2 is very stable substance and it's very hard to. We need a very uh, energy extensive technology, and it's leading to a very expensive
Uh-huh.
process and the product we get.
Per- Perfect. Ronald, Paula Kerber is saying that CO2 is the gas of life. Do you agree with her?
I do. I think, if anything, we should think more about CO2 starvation, because of CO2 starvation, we get down to 150 parts per million. Plants can't survive. I think currently, Yoshi, you might correct me. I think right now we're about 420 parts per million. But if we get down too low, yeah, plants won't survive, people won't survive. So I think CO2 starvation is probably more of a subject we should talk about than
Uh,
eliminating CO2. How low can we go before we eliminate life?
Mm. Ronald, how do you see the misconception about net zero that we can eliminate fossil fuel and net zero will come easily? Is it correct, this thought?
No, no, net zero. If you want to go back to the pre 1800s, we had a quote net zero. I mean, everybody's blaming it on fossil fuels and burning coal. So if we go back to the time when we were not utilizing fossil fuels, that would be a quote net zero environment, because that's where we're trying to go. If we eliminate fossil fuels, eliminate the use of coal, we'll be at supposedly net zero. But that quality of life is not what the developed countries are experiencing. Something totally different than the poor developing countries. Developed countries, we have mandates and subsidies. We can basically mandate science to change, which is an impossibility to do that. But you can mandate it and you can subsidize it, but it's not going to happen. And yeah, net zero is really just trying to eliminate the emissions from fossil fuels. But the CO2 is, like I say, that's the gas of life. In fact, greenhouses inflate the CO2 to increase the growth inside the greenhouses. So the more CO2, the more plant life you have. And with the population of 8 billion people, and it's going to be increasing, this world's going to need a lot of food to feed those people.
Mhm. Yoshihiro, you see the same for methane? Methane?
you think?
Yeah. Do you see the same as CO2? It's so
But,
important.
recently, many people really thought about methane is very uh, crucial compared to CO2, but
Uh-huh.
actual concentration in the air is much more smaller than CO2. So I think impact to the global warming, methane is not a big big issue for us, I think.
Mhm.
And when it comes to misconception, I think that conception was deliberately created. Uh, International organizations such as United Nations, IPCC, WEF, WEF means the World Economic Forum, supported by global media and the tech companies like Google, reframe net zero as no fossil fuels. It's part of broader global narrative like ESG, SDGs, and even pandemic policies driven by centralized control. This is my opinion.
Hmm. Hmm.
And there is a well-known episode, a senior manager of United Nations in charge of international communication once said at the World Economic Forum, quote, UN owns the science of climate, and UN exchanged a contract with Google, asking Google put UN issued articles at the top when people do net surfing. So United Nations or international organization working with tech companies like Google to make to navigate uh, world opinion to such one direction. I think.
Direction, specific direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ronald, your friend Bill Gates, I'm kidding, of course.
My friend,
It's a
okay.
joke, of course. He's moving his mind to another direction. What exactly
uh-huh.
does it mean for us?
Well, he's invested in AI and data centers, and he needs power, and he knows he can't get that from wind and solar. So he's just reverting back
Yeah, that's
to
right.
nuclear and fossil fuels.
Yeah.
The one thing about fossil fuels, take crude oil. Crude oil is basically useless. It's black tar. Nobody uses black tar. But if you can refine it into something usable, then we use the products. So if you really want to get rid of oil, stop using the products. We don't have a replacement, and stop using the products. It's just like a restaurant. If they're serving, bad food and bad service, you stop going to it. Well, it's going to go out of business. Well, if you stop using the products, there's no need for crude oil. If instead of trying to make wind turbines and solar panels, say that's going to go net zero, you go to net zero if you close the hospitals, close the airports, close the shopping centers, get rid of the products. There'll be no need for oil.
It's, it's,
So
it's it's like in Texas, have a barbecue restaurant without meat.
exactly.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah, that's good. Let's move to the center of our conversation today, COP30. Uh,
Uh-huh.
will be in Amazon, Belém, north part of Brazil. And how do you see, is it effective event or is let's see, a symbolism only? Many people are not coming, important people or deciders are not coming. How do you see this event?
Well, I see it as people unwilling to participate in conversations. Everybody thinks that wind and solar is going to replace fossil fuels, but it can't. In fact, wind and solar is 100% made with fossil fuels. As I mentioned, the 6 ways we generate electricity, everything, you got to come up with a substitute or alternative to crude oil. Wind and solar is just a product of crude oil. And they don't understand that. They think wind turbines are going to eliminate fossil fuels, but it can't. They do different things. As Yoshi mentioned, wind and solar generate electricity. That's the only thing they do. They make absolutely nothing for society. And if you get rid of oil before you have a replacement to support the supply chain of all the products demanded by society, you're going to see a loss of billions of people. Starvation, malnutrition, disease. That's the one thing that people will not participate in. I'm 100% in favor of getting rid of crude oil, as long as you tell me what the replacement is.
Yeah,
And they don't have that yet.
yeah, that question, that's no answer yet. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's right. Yoshi, how do you see COP30? Is a symbolism only, or if effective event?
Uh, to my mind, the Amazon has symbolic global appeal, but I'm wondering if uh, Brazil get real substance, something like real politics, policies, and balanced development, and it's a big issue from now. And so every year, COP meeting is held in different parts of the world, and they seems to work very hard overnight sometimes, but the real outcome is not encouraging us. And also these days, recent COPs have increasingly become North-South negotiation platforms, and some so rather than genuine climate conferences. So even Brazil, your country, I'm I'm not so sure how they can succeed in getting real substance.
So the point is, like Ronald said, so conversation, that's important, very important, but not effective in terms of results. Long texts as reports, long reports, declarations, statements, um, private jets, good champagne,
Good
and
champagne banquet.
Those are electric jets.
electric jets. Yeah, not yet available, but could be interesting to force them to use electric jets. Yeah, yeah. So, they will spend. Brazil just approved 15 or 20 billion barrels reserve exploration in equatorial margin, north part of the country. It's close to the Guyana exploration. Exactly the same before the COP30 starts. So it's a good point.
So Brazil is facing reality.
Yeah, it's a
I
discussion.
think instead of chasing the idealistic climate dreams, I think it's dreams. We should invest in problem with visible, measurable results. This is my real concerns in connection with COP.
Did you participate in any COP in a day, Ronald and Yoshi? No, never?
Never,
Never.
never.
No, me too. Yeah, never. So I don't know. I don't
You know
know.
what COP doesn't realize is the fact that the planet's got 8 billion people, and all the developed countries that want to go green are the wealthy developed countries. But 80% of the people living on this planet are living on less than $10 a day. That's more than 6 billion people. They can't afford to subsidize themselves out of a paper bag. And yet we're ideologically trying to generate just electricity, but electricity, everything that needs electricity is made with fossil fuels. In the developing world, those 6 billion people, we really have to come up with a solution that's good for the 8 billion people on the planet. Because the wealthy countries are just trying to fine tune what they want. Just like California, we have like less than 0.5% of the entire population of the world, and we're setting policies. The United States, which is like 5% of the world, even if the entire United States was able to go zero emissions, we're not going to impact the world. 95% of the people who live on this planet don't live in the United States. And so, and that whatever solution we come up with, as Yoshi's talking about, we got to come up with a solution that's good for all the people,
Mhm.
not just the wealthy people and the
Uh,
people that fly in jets.
yeah. So, in one side, we have the green agenda with COP30, UN, and entities like that. And the other side, the US coming to the south, to Caribbean Sea, and forcing Venezuela to, let's see, to move in different directions, and looking to Brazil, looking to Colombia. So these two forces, do you believe that we have two forces, let's say, fighting at this time? Geopolitical issues, of course.
Oh yes, yes. You got the green delusionists, and you got the people that are facing reality. And if we could have a conversation, I would love to find out how their plan's going to work. I see a lot of holes in it,
Mhm.
and Yoshi sees a lot of holes in it. And we're trying to, how if we get rid of fossil fuels, the 6 billion people, they'll never have an iPhone.
Yeah, that's right. Yoshi, your new prime minister is a
Yeah.
strong woman, strong
So
lady.
good.
Yeah, how does she think in terms of? I don't know if you are aware about that. In terms of
Uh,
oil, green.
I think the Japanese government has been working with U.S. Democrat Party, and the U.S. Democrat Party uh, promotes a Green New Deal.
Okay.
So Japan also government move that way directions. So uh, our government still promotes wind wind power station or uh, mega solar power, mega solar. So there are lots of social problems,
Yeah.
and maybe prime minister is aware of those maybe troubles with mega solar and the wind turbines, wind power. Uh, so maybe there will be some change for the better improvement, I think.
Uh-huh.
But it takes time because Japanese government and uh, policy makers is very reluctant to move quickly to other
Other
direction.
direction. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Ronald.
she had a recent meeting with President Trump yesterday,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
that's right.
and
And
Trump
probably
thinks
this.
the other way,
Yeah.
and so
And
they'll
Ronald, this
look into
topic, probably they talking about this topic of energy, not no doubts about that. And Ronald, the next president of the United States, Governor Newsom.
I don't think so.
no, no.
No, it's a joke, it's a joke. But it's totally different from the current direction of the United States energy sector. How do you see this balance or this?
Well, I know a lot of people don't like Trump, but Trump, believe it or not, is the first president that has what I consider energy literacy. He's willing to have a conversation about it, because he knows that generating electricity is not going to solve the world's problems, and he's eliminated a lot of the subsidies for wind and solar and EVs. And yeah, it's going to be like I say, it's got to be talked about,
Mhm.
because before you get rid of the oil, can you really live without it? If you get rid of oil, all the pieces and parts and components you see in hospitals and airports,
Mhm.
where are they going to come from?
Yeah, that's right. Yoshi, you sent to me more slides. Please
Nice.
feel free to show. Let me put in this one. Wait a minute.
So please use number 6.
6. Sure.
Yeah,
This is 4, I suppose. 5 is this one.
hydrogen,
This, oh, hydrogen. The colors of hydrogen.
colorful map of the hydrogens.
Wow.
Uh, so depending on uh, hydrogen sources and way of producing hydrogen, we can many types of hydrogen from green to white,
Mhm.
eight, eight, eight hydrogens. And
Types.
yeah, and currently hydrogen is produced with natural gas, gray hydrogen on the right, upper right. This
Uh-huh.
is currently uh, consumed in the marketplace.
Mhm.
And green technology, green New Deal, think much of green hydrogen, making hydrogen from renewable energy and water hydrolysis technology. This is a green hydrogen. But
Is more expensive for sure comparing to
yeah,
natural
that's right.
gas.
Most yeah. So goes to slide 8.
Sure. 7, 8.
So this is the figure of cost of production of different types of hydrogen.
Oh.
And green square is green hydrogen make from renewables. And gray lines, this is the なんだろう、hydrogen made from natural gas. This is the cheapest cost
Natural
of
gas.
production.
Okay.
So even if we stick to green hydrogen, there is no chance to 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 utilize green hydrogen because it's very expensive and automatically products made from hydrogen, the
Mhm.
price is very expensive and not viable in the marketplace.
Yoshi, what does it mean? 1 kilogram of hydrogen. How much energy
Ah,
is it?
I think this unit is how much dollar we need to produce
Uh-huh.
1 kilogram hydrogen.
Uh-huh.
So in Japan, maybe our target is maybe $2.5 per kilogram hydrogen.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, but in Japan, if you look at the Japan, maybe right now 8 or 9.
Wow.
So
Three.
we have to maybe make a very stronger reduction of hydrogen cost.
Mhm.
It's very impossible right now, and maybe in the future it's still impossible.
Mhm. Great, great. Very good. Uh, let's go to the final statement, and I would like to hear from Ronald Stein. What statement he would like to reach COP30 people? What he would like to talk to them before this COP30 starts?
We have 8 billion people in this planet, and the wealthy countries are living off all of the products that are made from fossil fuels, and even hydrogen, which can be used to make electricity, but you don't need electricity if you got nothing to electrify. And to electrify, you need the iPads and the computers and the defibrillators. So it's all product related. I would like to have the people at COP not use the word energy. That's the key
Mm,
thing.
mm,
We either got to talk about electricity or products, because wind and solar can only generate electricity, but the world lives on products. The EV, 100% made with fossil fuels. The tires, the computers, the wires, the insulation. The wind turbine, solar panels, same thing. All the components are made with fossil fuels. So let's talk products and electricity, and how can we serve 8 billion people on this planet?
So I'm recording to them. I will send to them to listen
Good.
before. And Yoshi,
But I think that's the confusion, because they keep talking about wind and solar energy is to replace fossil fuel energy. But fossil fuels, except for coal, which is used to generate electricity, most fossil fuels is only used to make products,
yeah,
whereas
Yo,
electricity doesn't make any products.
sure, yeah, that's right. Yoshi, which message you would like to send to people from COP30 before they start?
We should wake up. We
Wake
should
up call.
wake up, and also we should stop investing in illusions and start solving the real problems, those with clear causes and measurable results. This is what I want to say in the public.
Okay, okay, very good. So we hope that they can start talking important things and reach good decisions there. So it's very, very important. Thank you so much,
Thank
Yoshihiro
you.
Muranaka, and
Thank you,
Ronald
Armando, for
Stein, and
Thank you
it was
very
a pleasure
much.
for me.
So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye. Have a great day.
Bye bye.